is a favorite tourist destination, but Jamaica has also produced varying cultural tastes. Reggae, dancehall, and raga are a big part of the cultural traditions. The rivers, the rafting, and the smiles of its people are certainly a warm welcome to visitors to these parts. It is a fascinating place, Jamaica, and certainly a must visit if you're in need of relaxation.
Welcome back, everybody. Group D, this is in Jamaica. Zimbabwe taking on Ireland from Sabina Park and hoping to get one over the Irish, but similar hopes from the Irish as well. A very, very important game this is for either side here. It's the post-lunch session. The Irish batted first, having been inserted by Prosper Otair, the Zimbabwean captain, and they did quite well. Let's remind you of how they went. Look at the batting card. The name that stands out is Jeremy Bray, 115 not out, faced 137 deliveries and batted right through the Irish innings. Got some help along the way from White, who got 28, and Johnston, who got 20. As far as the bowling is concerned, the Zimbabweans started quite nicely, but at the end, after getting Ireland 89 for 5, couldn't quite drive the advantage home. So even though those figures look quite respectable, Ireland got to 221 for 9, which is more than Zimbabwe would have expected from the position of 89 for 5. 222 is what they need to get at 4.44 runs to the over. I say it's important. I've got Jeffrey Dujon next to me. 221, is that enough?
Well, it all depends. We've seen what early wickets can do. It set Ireland back, so Zimbabwe have to guard against that. The pitch, I don't think it's gotten any flatter. The new ball will do what it did earlier because we haven't had much sun, so it's still pretty fresh. So Zimbabwe have to be very careful how they start. It's a gettable total, but they've got to go about it the right way.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy as well as we speak right now, and the clouds have lifted somewhat. Does that mean that ball will swing a little bit less?
Well, I don't think so. There'll be moderate swing like we saw. But what I think there will be is some movement off the seam when the ball is new and hard. And that's what Zimbabwe have to guard against.
Okay, now thinking about the Irish, they've got an opportunity here. Having got 221 on the board, they'll be happy, particularly having been 89 for 5, and feel that they can get one over the Zimbabweans here.
Yes, I think they'll be going all out to get some early wickets and set Zimbabwe back. Zimbabwe put the ball in the right places for a long time. Ireland have to come out and do it now and back it up with some good fielding.
Now tell me, dudes, you've got to put your money on somebody here. Who's your money on?
Well, I think that Zimbabwe has to be more match tested. They've played against better opposition. They should be the more seasoned team. They should approach this the right way. Don't discount Ireland, but I'll give the edge on experience to Zimbabwe.
Okay, there we go. The words of Jeffrey Dujon there. He feels that the Zimbabweans should get home. You can sit at home and actually see whether they do. Let's put you on to our commentators now, Michael Holding and Amir Sohail.
Thank you, Pommy. Well, Jeffrey Dujon has gone out on a limb for Zimbabwe. And they have two reasonably experienced batsmen at the top of their order there for them. That's Terry Duffin, he's the least experienced of the two. 23 one-day internationals. Partner's a bit more experienced though, although he's fractionally younger. That's Busi Sibanda. 47 matches to his name. Strike rate just below 60. Best of 116 though. Looking to improve on that strike rate and also the average as his career continues. Dave Langford-Smith with the ball in his hands. Got a few wickets against South Africa in the warm-up game. In fact, he got 3. Pretty good figures as well, 3 for 30.
Yes, please. Well done, Teach. Yes,
Zimbabweans in the field. Got a bit ragged in the latter stages. Let's see what Ireland produce.
Well, these Irish players, they were showing a lot of enthusiasm during that break. They came out. Shot. We have seen so many strokes played by the left-handers throughout this game. And here's another quality stroke.
No need to run for those, really. Most bowlers will be pitching the ball up a bit in the early stages, looking for a bit of swing. That was just a fraction too full. Edged but fell short of the slip for them. Gets a single as well. That's good running. Both of the man there at first slip.
What are you on, Duff? Middle, please. That's interesting. Thank you. Check it again.
Just talking about these Irish people, they were showing a lot of keenness during the break. They were warming up, the bowlers. They were rolling their arms. And that suggested to me that they mean business. They desperately want to win this game.
First ever World Cup game this for Ireland. They would certainly love to start off on the right foot. A victory in their first game.
Hint of swing. That ball moved away in the air, and that'll be encouraging for the bowler. That's what you fast bowlers like to see, don't you? The ball dipping at the last moment.
Can't say I was one that swung the ball a great deal, Amir, but certainly that's good to see. 5 without loss, Zimbabwe.
Certainly had pace. You didn't need to.
But he got a bit of swing in England, that is for sure. Providing, of course, it kept the ball reasonably full. So a good start that for Zimbabwe. 5 runs coming from the first over from David Langford-Smith. His opening partner will be Boyd Rankin, 6'7". Just signed recently to play county cricket for Derbyshire this summer 2007. Very young man, just 22 years old. Second one-day international. That's 4. Again, no need to run for those.
Both the boundaries he has hit so far. Has hit with the full face of the bat. And they were hit right into that gap.
Nine runs on the board, all 9 runs to Terence Duffin.
After getting hit for a boundary, the taller fast bowler has managed to find the right line of length.
Looking to try and tempt the batsman into a rash stroke wide of off stump. There are 2 slips there waiting.
Just because of those 2 slips, both the fast bowlers, they're looking to pitch the ball up to the batsman in order to get some sort of a swing in the air.
I would suspect that it perhaps pitched outside leg, possibly an inside edge as well. Kenyan Gould has no interest. 9 without loss.
Once again, a good delivery. It was the inside edge which saved the batsman on that occasion.
Yet to score, Sabina. Just 4 balls, though. Duffin has faced most of the deliveries.
Wide ball.
That's a wide. Runs. Just a couple.
He's off the mark. On the 5th delivery he faced.
Rankin will cut that off, just a single. Amir, we have a director downstairs that likes to look at commentators.
There's no harm in it.
When I am up here, there is. I don't think people at home will want to see these sights. What I've been happy about 2 pitches that we have seen here in Jamaica so far is that winning the toss or the toss hasn't seemed to be an advantage or a disadvantage to anyone. It seems to have played well throughout the 100 overs if you get to 100 overs. But as long as the match has lasted, it seems to have played well. Of course, there has been a bit of movement off the seam. And you get that with this new ball, especially the white new ball. I mean, anywhere you go, there's always going to be a bit of swing, a bit of movement off the seam. I think these pitches have played well.
Because these pitches has everything. Batsmen, they can do well if they concentrate. There's bit for the fast bowlers as well. Some extra bounce on occasions. And there is a seam movement also. End of the third over, and Zimbabwe 13 without loss.
There has been a bit there for everyone. That didn't really do a great deal of the seam. But we have seen the ball seam around a bit, the brand new ball, of course. We have seen the batsmen play through the line, not having to wait on half volleys to drive. And we've also seen a bit of turn for the spinners.
Middle stump. Right arm over wicket.
Well, the Zimbabwean, they have started off well. They are 13 without loss. Only 209 runs they're required to win.
Wide of second slip. And right through his legs. Wow. Kyle McCallan down there.
Oh, this will not please the captain and the bowler as well. The fieldsman didn't have to do much. Have a look. Poor effort.
Good shot. 6'7", not that easy to get that low. And Johnston, the captain there, trying to show McCallan how it's done.
Well, Sabanda's initial movement in the crease. Is back and forth. Back and across and then move on the front foot. And he positioned himself to play in the V.
Just out of his reach.
Rankin is 6'7". Whenever he'll pitch the ball just back of the length, he'll get some extra bounce. And that can cause some problems for the batsman. Yes, he was unlucky.
Little right into no man's land. Even if there was a gully there, it would have gone over his head. That's going to be a wide. Slightly more attacking field. Always had two slips, but seems as if there's a man now coming into the gully position. Looking to take wickets. He realizes that Zimbabwe have started reasonably well. He needs to take a wicket. And as Amir Sahil said, Boyd Rankin, he will get the ball to bounce off a reasonably good length. That's well run.
over anxious, the fieldsman on that occasion. Yes, it's a good move by the Irish captain. Duffin started hitting the ball nicely through extra cover, and he was able to hit 2 boundaries. And at times, the captains, they do go on defensive, but he knows they are defending a small total. They require wickets, and that's why he has strengthened that slip area. Good shot. And well stopped.
That would have been 4 runs. It's 22 without loss. Certainly looks very good when he's playing straight down the ground, Sibanda. That was a good looking shot. He got nothing for it, yes, but he did what he had to do. Have a look at that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Again, I'm not pretending or trying to convince anyone that I was a batsman, but when it looks good, it just looks good. So just 200 to go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Always a run on. Porterfield had a lot of ground to cover.
He's looking to make up for his failure with the bat.
That's a bit wide. Umpire Brian Jerling agrees. Gould.
Well, that's the length he should be looking to hit all the times. On that occasion, got that exaggerated movement. In the end, it was too good for the batsman. Excellent delivery.
Saw Terence Duffin batting a fair way out of his crease earlier on. Let's see where he is standing. He's standing a fair way out of his crease as well, looking to get onto the front foot. Could just be a single. Rankin down there.
And that's, for me, is intelligent batting, because both the fast bowlers, they're getting some sort of a C movement. And if, as a batsman, you're brave enough to stand outside the crease, you'll be able to smother that C movement. And in the process, you'll force the bowler to change the line and length. The left-hander is doing the same thing as well.
Straight to the fielder. Not a single though. A bit of a misfield. Andrew White, the fielder. 26 without loss.
hits the ball very hard in that area, Duffin.
A lot of traffic on the roads around the Sabina Park. Edged and dropped. Niall O'Brien has given Duffin a chance.
Once again, a very good delivery from Rankin. Was just back of the lane. Got that necessary movement at the edge of the bat as well, and the wicketkeeper messed it up.
What was unfortunate for Ireland is that it wasn't high enough for the ball to bounce out and up. You saw that happening when Taylor bluffed Zimbabwe's first opportunity. He thought it was out. He thought he had him. What a disappointment.
Not too tight there, Doug. Too close.
That's the bounce that Amir Sohail was talking about, bringing Gully into play. Kept it down though. One life already for Terence Duffin. Apart from that, it has been a pretty good start by Zimbabwe. 26 runs in just the 6th over. Edged again and dropped again.
What's going on? Oh, 2 drop catches in a span of 3 deliveries. That's the first one. And both of them, they were very easy catches at this level. Very unlucky. Rankin bowling superbly.
Gone this time. 3 strikes and you're out.
Third time lucky. Well, that was the just reward for the bowler. He's been very consistent with his line and length, and he's been hitting the right areas. And he has troubled the left-handed batsman on most of the occasion. And this time around, found the edge, and most importantly, it was taken. First blood drawn by the Irish. And Darren Duffy departs after scoring 12 runs. Zimbabwe 26 for 1.
New batsman for Zimbabwe is Justice Chibaba. Not on strike at the moment though. The wicket fell in the last delivery of the previous over. Here is Sabina.
Well, we've spoken about ranking, how consistent he has been with this liner length. Talk about consistency. Batsman was also. He was very consistent with nicking the ball behind the stumps, and finally he was taken.
That was hit powerfully. That was a matter of the ball hitting the captain more than the captain stopping the ball. Well, they gave the wicketkeeper and the slip cordon so many opportunities. They had to take one. Very thin edge. Celebration time.
Mikey, what were they celebrating? The wicket or the catch?
Well, either one, I suppose they'll say. And the more opportunities to celebrate, the better. Need to keep taking wickets, Ireland. This is not a very demanding target. Zimbabwe have started reasonably well as far as runs per overs are concerned. Support for Zimbabwe certainly isn't anywhere near the support for Ireland. Of course, there are quite a few Irish in the island in Jamaica, employed by different companies, and quite a few have come over from Cayman as well. Very close to Jamaica, the islands of Cayman.
Yes.
In love the last delivery. The only run from the over. It's 27 for 1. Williams slated to come in next. And Stuart Matsikanera, Bigumbura, and the wicketkeeper Taylor.
No run.
Ian Gould at this bowler's end, just having a look at the front foot, looking at the line to make sure that he's not going over ranking. Inside edge, very fortunate. That could easily have gone back onto off stump.
It was a good delivery by Ranking. He's been pitching the ball back of the length. On that occasion, changed his length, pitched the ball up to the batsman, induced a false stroke. And once again, Sabina was very lucky. Mikey, what do you think of this young fast bowler? With whatever you've seen so far.
Well, the first thing that you'll notice with him is that he has a nice economical run-up. That's a wide. Economical meaning that he doesn't seem to take a great deal out of himself running in, which is what you want for a fast bowler. You want to be running up as smoothly as you can, making it nice, even, fluid strides up to the crease. Perhaps just at the point of getting into his delivery, he could accelerate a bit more going into that last delivery stride. Good shot, straight down the ground. Not perfectly timed, but it's not the largest outfield in the world. Gets there.
If you watch his trigger movements very closely, he sets himself up to play that kind of a stroke.
Lofted again. This time he finds the gap on the offside. Again it will get to the ropes. Well, he's suggesting that he saved it. I think the umpires will ask the television replay umpires to have a look, and I suggest that he will soon see the signal for a boundary.
Well, Sabina is not keen. That's a 4. Not keen to control the strokes. He's just looking to hit the ball in the gaps. Doesn't mind hitting the ball in the air, Sabina.
Very good over this one so far for Zimbabwe. 13 runs. And make that 14 runs. Best over so far. It's 41 for 1. Not really a happy face. Just the one bad over, nothing to get too worried about yet for Ireland.
No.
I've got a change in the commentary box. Pommy Mbangwe is with Tony Kozia.
Thank you, Michael Holding. So Sabina in strike, made his debut against the West Indies when the West Indies were in Zimbabwe back in 2000, I think it was. If we had some problem with, or he has some problems with his bat, which gives an opportunity for the 12th and 13th men for Ireland to come out and offer their players some sort of refreshment. It's a warm and humid day. It's been overcast. The clouds have now broken and rising, and we've had sunshine. We had one wicket as well. We had a sensational over in which Terence Duffin edged 2 catches which were dropped in the slip and by keeper and slip off the bowling of Rankin, and then eventually gave them another catch, and this one stuck. We're ready for resume now. Big fella, Boyd Rankin, 6 feet 7 inches in height. He's a farmer in the off season. Here are the drop chances. Rankin, the batsman, edged, keeper puts it down. Correction, Rankin, the batsman, duffing the batsman. Now, number 2. Hang on to this one then. Nope. Morgan puts that one down. Okay, well, if not twice, what about 3 times? Okay, gone. And he's annoyed. Huh. Play resuming.
Annoyed? I wonder why. Tell you what, we're looking at the batsman and thinking he got annoyed. Have a look at that. He was already celebrating. That was the first one. His finger was up in the air and he thought, we're off and running. And again, it happened again. And this time around, oh, how about that? Finally, 3rd time lucky.
Well, he's 6 feet 7. You want to be a long way away from him when you drop a catch.
Yeah, you do want to be a long way away from him when when you drop a catch. I tell you what, those fellas out there, they've been celebrating a long time, the whole of today, but after that wicket from Rankin, cause to celebrate, reason for them.
How do you reckon they'll go on Saturday, on St. Patrick's Day? Ireland play Pakistan here on Saturday at Sabina Park. So, big day for them in every way. Chibaba now will face his first delivery. He's been out there for 15 minutes. He looked really good in the West Indies last year when Zimbabwe came here. Eventually had an injury which put him out of the last couple of matches. But he played very well. He got, from memory, a half-century. But he got 2 half-centuries. He played 3 matches, 57 in the first, correction, 55 in the first, 67 in the second, 40 in the third, and then got injured. Of course, that was against the might of the West Indies.
And that was with Brian Lara having been restored to the captaincy and trying to turn over a new leaf as a side the West Indies were. And they did well, actually, because in that series they didn't go out too much to try and destroy Zimbabwe, as it were, try to do things in calculated fashion, and the Indians then came after that, and the West Indies managed to win after losing the first game here at Sabina Park.
Wide signaled. Yeah, they had a system rotation in those matches against Zimbabwe, trying to settle a team and see who goes best in the international scene and under those conditions. And then against the Indians, we had some really gripping matches, 2 of them here, ending the last over at Sabina Park, 1-1, and then down to St. Kitts for the first one-day international ever played there, and that also went into the last over. West Indies won it. Really has bowled superbly. Both of them, in fact, Langford, Smith and Rankin. Under the over, 43 for 1.
It's Justice Chibaba, having got those runs in the West Indies, and they were his first runs in international cricket. Had one-day international prior to the tour of the West Indies, and he got a duck in that one, batting at number 3. It hasn't gone too well since. Inconsistent, that's the problem.
Turning out to be quite a nice afternoon now after the overcast of the morning. We had 25 minutes break because of rain. One stage hasn't reduced the number of overs for innings. Rankin right up there, just probing away. Tall fella, big, express pace, but quick enough.
Yeah, what's been difficult for Vusi Sibanda here, and was also difficult for Terence Duffin, was the bounce that Rankin got in a couple of deliveries that have found the outside edge and not quite gone to hand.
Well struck. He hit that like thunder. He really got onto that. He was on the back foot waiting for it, and well, you hardly saw it when it left the bat.
I said he was struggling with the bounce. He's trying to put that to bed. Have a look at this. He's just smashed that, almost as if somebody told him before the ball was bowled that it was going to be in that area, and he dispatched it magnificently. Certainly give him some confidence, that shot.
Moves on to 30 now. 47 for 1. He's gone again over square leg this time. Rankin too short. Stops it with his boot, and they'll get a third run here now. Rankin too short.
Yeah, such a fine line. As a tall bowler, you can bowl slightly shorter than your counterparts, but if you miss your length, if you go too short, then it gives the batsman opportunity to dispatch you to the outer. That's what Vusi Sibanda is doing here. He's trying to make the bowler change his length, and when he misses, he wants to make sure he punishes him.
How can he be 6 feet 7 inches tall and be too short? But you get what I mean.
I do.
There's whenever he's been short, Sibanda's got on to him to be much fuller and more directed, a deliberate padding away, so he can't run for it. And if he does, he can be run out. Not to say that the ball is dead as soon as he kicks it away. If he had run for that, or attempted to run, and the run out was affected, it would count. Ball still remains alive, even though deliberate padding away negates the run.
That's over.
50 for 1 is the Zimbabwean score. 10 overs gone.
Needs to settle himself, Justice Chibaba, and provide support for Vusumuzi Sibanda at the other end. They need a platform. The Zimbabweans 50 for 1 is good at the moment, but they want a really big partnership so that they kill off the Irish challenge and not leave it for the next bloke.
Ireland got up to 221. 115 not out, batting through the innings. Bray, the left-handed opener. Power play number 2, just signalled by umpire Jerling. It means that while 2 fielders do not have to be in the close catching positions as they have to be in the first power play of 10 overs, in this second power play of 5 overs and the other one whenever it's taken, only 2 fielders can be outside the field restricting area. But it's not obligatory to have 2 catchers, 2 close catchers. Open the face, stare down towards third man for 4. Third man a little bit too square to make the save. Braid is down there, and Sibanda just guiding it, opening the face. Nice looking shot.
Yeah, played it very well. Waited for the ball to get to him and just opened the face. They have ended up hitting more on the edge than the face of the bat, but that was intentional. They wanted it to go down there, and it was always going along the ground rather than presenting a catching opportunity to the slip cordon. He's gone well, 37, and quicker than a runner ball.
Why would he want to do that? He's got 37 off 34 deliveries. Things are going pretty well. And really an inappropriate shot, or attempt at a shot by Sabanda.
He tends to do this for Sumuzi Sabanda. He's got all the shots, but shot selection so important. Have a look at what he's done there. Good view from the stump cam. Walked down the wicket, tried to deposit a ball off the offside on the onside. Absolutely no reason to do it. You're going nicely. Your team has put a platform on 54 for 1, and by trying to play an unorthodox shot, an inventive shot, you present the opposition with an opportunity to get a wicket. And if you get out, if Sabanda gets out right now, the Irish will be right back in this game.
Spank that down to third man, and the fact that third man is square and has remained square, relatively speaking, couldn't get around to his left to make the save for the boundary early in the over, but kept in the position, and just the single now. Now a second slip will come in for the relatively new batsman. Chibaba hasn't scored yet, so a second slip will come in. Langford Smith generally has been consistent with his line outside the off stump. That's why the second slip's there.
Nerves, that's what that is. That ball's a long way outside the off stump, and just as Chibaba wants to get up and running, he wants to score a run, wants to feel ball on bat. With the ball swinging away like this, you want to be in line, and if it's outside that off stump, you better serve leaving it alone. Really good bowling that. Inducing a false stroke then.
Won't beat mid on. Ends the over. 11 gone. 55 for 1. So there is the gate, a famous name here in Jamaica, that of Marty, but that's not put there in honor of the great Bob Marley. That gate, the Marty gate, of course, I suppose the assumption all around with people who don't know the history of cricket in Jamaica would say, well, that's a Bob Marley gate. It's not. It's Cecil Marty, former president of the Jamaica Cricket Board, captain of Jamaica, former president of the West Indies Cricket Board, who was Bob Marley's uncle, in fact. But if you want to think it was Bob Marley's gate, fine. But Cecil Marty, an outstanding administrator here in Jamaica and the West Indies throughout the 1960s. Andre Bota it will be. Takes over the bowling. Dangerous looking shot. From Brian up to the wicket, looking to dab it down towards third man.
Needs to have a look. Tendency with young batsmen is they're not really patient. They want to be playing shots all the time, and they don't want to have a look and get a feel for conditions. Sabanda going nicely, doesn't know what the bowler does. Needs to have a good look at him.
Whenever he's short, that's easily put away because there's no pace from Bota here. Just get the 2.
Didn't quite get all of that. Sabanda would have liked to hit that better than he did. There's a man out in the deep, and he got it to go in front of square, but didn't hit it well. So just a couple of runs. Yeah, hitting higher on the bat than he would like, not in the middle.
Little cut shot down to third man for a single.
The Irish, they're watching closely. McCallan's down there at third man, and he fielded the ball that time, unlike earlier on when he let one through his legs. An important period this is for the Irish team. The follow-up bowlers after Langford Smith and Rankin have bowled so well up front. They need to ensure that they keep the pressure on. They need to get the ball in good areas and not allow the Zimbabweans to get away and to score easily.
Well bowled, slow delivery. You could see the swerve into the right-hander.
Looked as though he'd tried to roll the fingers over the ball there. In fact, he just took a bit off it. Didn't put as much as he would normally, and also seemingly intentionally trying to make it swing in, and he did.
That's the end of the first over from Botha. It's 58 for 1 after 12.
Here, Jamaica landing. Oh, actually, it might be going onto the runway to take off. Lots of traffic in and out of here during this World Cup.
That is an Air Jamaica plane, not in its usual